In this video, we will create a Docker image for running in Apache Webserver. The first thing we need to do is create a Dockerfile. Think of the Dockerfile as a recipe that Docker daemon will use to build the image. So in your folder, create a file called Dockerfile. In the first line, we will define the base image we'll be using. So we're going to be using Ubuntu 22.04. Next, we need to get a list of all available updates for this base image. So apt update. Now we can install Apache. With that installed, what we need to do is we need to remove all unnecessary files so that the image size is as small as possible. In this case, we'll clean up the package manager cache. Now we will tell Docker that there's something listing on TCP port 80, and that'll be the web server. Lastly, what we need to do is we need to make sure Apache is running in the foreground. If it runs in the background, then our container will die, so we don't want that. And that's it. The Docker file is created. We're going to use this recipe now to build our image. So in terminal, make sure you are in the same folder as where the Docker file is. So let's confirm that. There's the Docker file. So let's build it. So Docker build, I'm gonna name it or tag it server, web server 1.0. It can take from a few seconds to a few minutes. So just be patient while this finishes off. Okay, so our image is built. Let's confirm that. And there's our image there. Now let's test this. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it. And let's do and we will name it so it's easier to reference. Name it web server. Run it in detached mode so it goes to the background, and we can get the terminal back. We're going to mount the local port 80 or bind the local port 80 to the container port 80, and this is the image that we are using. That's the one we just built, and there you go. So it's running. To confirm that it's running, we go docker ps, and there's the container. So let's test it. So as we have mounted it to local port 80, if you go into localhost, it should come back, and there you go. That's the Docker image that we created. It's the Apache web server. Now that we've got that, let's stop it. And we just do docker stop web server, because that's the name we gave it, and you can see it here. And it should stop pretty soon. Okay, so let's confirm there's nothing running. There's nothing running, and if you were to go back here, there should be nothing. There you go. So the container has been killed, and we can't see the web server anymore. There you go. So that's how we create a Docker image for a Apache web server.